Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up half.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off.
Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them hands, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF.
Hey, my family. Hey,
Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad life. She fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6".
I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot heat. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater. Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog. I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the future, some commas.
Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits.
Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off.
Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL.
Hey, my family.
Profits.
Hey, go, what we doing, my man?
And make profits.
Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing,
And
dog?
make profits.
Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing?
And make profits.
That TTG money gang,
And making profits.
we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? How are you all doing on this fine Sunday evening? What's up? My name is Michael Edward Parinati. I go by Michael Edward, and I'm the co-founder and head trader at True Trading Group. I'm thrilled to have you guys all with us here this evening. Before we dive into the session tonight, I do want to first thank our partners and our data providers at Benzinga, TradingView, the NASDAQ, CBOE, and of course, OpenAI. Guys, those companies are the foundation of what powers TTG, and we are grateful to be able to provide our platform with their data and tools integrated to help you all learn, trade, and profit consistently. This innovation has not gone unnoticed, as just last year, we were the recipient of the Benzinga Fintech Chairman's Award for Best AI Analysis Tool. There is my business partner and I actually up on stage at the Global Benzinga Fintech Award ceremony, receiving the Best AI Analysis Tool Award. It's nice to see industry leaders like Benzinga and others recognizing True Trading Group for what it is that we are doing, implementing AI technology into retail trading to help our members be successful, to help our members make money. I have used probably 10 different AI tools that are out there, the normal ones, the specific ones, the maybe ones you haven't heard of. I've tried them all, and I'm telling you right now, from one trader to another, there is nothing out there that is like the TTG AI tool. So it's an honor to receive that award, and we continue to break down the barriers and to keep moving forward with that tech and advancing to give our members an edge over other retail traders. But TTG is not just about awards, all right? It's about being part of a community that's constantly growing, learning, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in trading and investing. Members of True Trading Group are part of something very special. I couldn't be any more proud to be on this journey with each and every single one of them. Hope you guys are ready to roll your sleeves up tonight and get down to business. If this is your first time hanging out on TTG's YouTube channel, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Okay, smash the like button, show some love, turn on your notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on anything it is that we do here on these live streams, because we are dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. Okay. Now, also make sure that you guys go ahead and share this stream on your own social media. Let's reach out, educate, and empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. Now, you might be wondering who I am and why I should pay attention and listen to anything it is that I discuss on this channel. And I tell you that because not that I think I'm the world's greatest trader. It's because I was trained by professionals. My very first job out of college working T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, where I went through a training program before they let me touch $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008's great stock market crash, the big recession that everybody is familiar with and how that all went down. But that's also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and over 30-person staff. We have helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader at TTG. And like I said, along with my team of 8 other professional traders and over 30-person staff, we have helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We have members in 114 different countries, over 10,000 members. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody here, guys, at True Trading Group. So if you are ready to learn trading profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, I go live on this channel with myself, other mods, and special guests. We'll grab you guys analysis, trade ideas, market commentary, answer questions, help you guys make more money. Okay. Now, before we go any further, I want to make sure that everybody on this live stream is watching this video live. Okay. Make sure you're watching this video live. Okay. You should see a red dot at the bottom left of your screen. If you do not see a red dot, then that means you are watching this delayed. Okay. If you do see a red dot, then that means you're watching this video live. So go ahead right now and smash the like button, but then also go ahead and hit the live button to make sure, okay, to make sure that you guys are watching this video up to speed. Okay. So there you have that. All right. So let's talk about what we've got going on in the markets, because on Friday, we just finished, okay, on Friday, we just finished a 9 consecutive green day streak in the S&P 500. And that is the first time, okay, that is the first time that has happened since 2004. Okay. It's the first time since 2004. Now, that might be getting a lot of people excited about this market rally that we've been experiencing. And as we sit here, I'm telling you guys right now that the markets are in a pretty interesting spot. We're in a pretty interesting place, because this market rally that we've experienced, everybody wants to know, is it a bear market rally, or is it something that has a lot more legs? Is it something that has kind of short squeeze potential? Because right now you still have a lot of short positions that are out there in the markets. Hedge funds are actually positioned pretty heavily to the short side. And if data and news headlines continue to go in one direction, it is possible you can start to see a little bit of a squeeze on some of those short positions, and that could push the markets higher than people really anticipated it going. I'm at a point right now where I do believe that this market rally that we are experiencing is getting a little long in the tooth. I think that we're getting to a point where a pullback is not only due, but a pullback is necessary, and a pullback is needed to pull away from what I believe is an absolutely massive resistance level. We've got a little bit of a trade lower here in the futures market. We're down, 0.38, 0.37% in the NASDAQ and in the S&P. So we are starting the day off here in the future session red, but it's slightly red. It's nothing crazy here yet. I mean, if we accelerate further to the downside during this live stream, I'll certainly let you guys know. But coming into this week, we've got a Fed meeting. And coming into this week, I am thinking about shorts. I'm thinking about pullbacks. Ideally, to make the trade easy, we would actually start the week with an extension into the 570s. And then you have the Fed meeting on Wednesday, which the Fed is not going to cut rates. And I'm sure they're probably going to signal that they're going to be pretty patient cutting rates. The markets may not like a slightly hawkish Jerome Powell. And then you can get a pullback from a massive resistance level that will be coordinated with something that the markets may not like from what they get from Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve on Wednesday. And that has set us up to, with all of my trade plans for this week. And, I have a list of trade ideas right here written down on my little trusty handy dandy notebook. Yes, I'm old school. I do still use paper and pen. And I have longs and shorts. I think there could be an opportunity to make money both ways this week. Like I told you guys earlier, we do day trade and we swing trade. So I have longs and shorts. Some of them might be day trades. Some of them might be swing trades. I'll kind of talk you guys through what are some of the trigger points and what are some of the confirmation signals that I'm looking for. I'm going to give you the price points that I'm looking to get long, the price points that I'm looking to be short, profit targets, stop losses. You'll get all of that right here, guys, on this live stream. So again, you want to make sure that you are watching this video live. So make sure you click the live button down there, that little red dot. You should see a red dot. That means you're watching it live. And we do have a giveaway going on here tonight. All right. So we have a giveaway. Now, the giveaway tonight that I'm going to be doing is going to go as follows. I'm going to give you guys 2 code words throughout this live stream. The first code word I'm going to give you guys in just a moment. And the second code word I'm going to give you a little bit later on during the live stream after I go through some of my trade ideas with you. Then I will put everyone's name that's registered for the giveaway into a random name picker called the Wheel of Names, and we'll spin the wheel here live on the live stream. If your name is called, you will have 2 minutes to send a text message to a phone number that we're going to put on the bottom of the screen. If you can give me the 2 code words that I give you during this live stream within the 2-minute time frame, you will win the prize. If you are an annual member, True Trading Group, you're going to win a full year of STR. That's a value of around $700 a year. A lifetime member, you're going to get a bonus, skip the line one-on-one mentor session with any mod of your choice. You guys are going to be able to claim those prizes later on during this live stream. So again, make sure you are watching this video live. Okay. The first code word for tonight's giveaway is bull. Bull. Okay. Bull. B-U-L-L. That guy. First code word's that guy right there. Bull. Okay. First code word's that guy right there. Bull. All right. So that's the first code word. Write it down. You're going to need to know it. I'll give you the second code word a little bit later on during this live stream. Okay. I'll give you guys the code word a little bit later on during this live stream. Now, before I get into kind of my trade ideas with you guys, I want you guys to just pay attention to kind of some of the stuff that I want to talk about for just a moment, because I do have some stuff that I want to make sure that you guys are on the same page with me about. I would like to see a show of hands, and I want you to be completely honest with me. I'd like for you to type the number 2 right now inside of chat if you are feeling a little bit of FOMO that you may have missed the bottom of that stock market crash that we had in April. If you are feeling FOMO because stocks have rallied so much off of those lows and you feel like you have FOMO because you did not take advantage of it, I want you guys to type the number 2 inside chat right now and be honest. There's nothing wrong with that. If you feel that way a little bit, it's okay. But I have a point and I have a purpose for asking you guys this question. So go ahead right now and just type the number 2 inside chat right now if you guys feel a little bit of FOMO that you missed that market bottom on April 7th. Okay. Many of you. Wow. Wow. Now, let me ask you, are you feeling FOMO because you did not act when the markets crashed? Is that why? Is it because you didn't buy stocks when the markets crashed? You thought that you thought it was the start of something much bigger, and you just didn't feel comfortable putting any money into the markets at that time because everything was pointing towards, things getting far, far worse? Is that why you guys had that? You feel FOMO? Is that why you didn't act during that 3 to 4 day period where things went absolutely haywire? Fair, right? Fair enough. It's a fair thought. It's a fair way to feel. It's a fair explanation of why you guys feel that way. Okay. But what I want to point out, I want to say a couple of things to you as I'm here on this live stream. I'm not asking you that question because I'm telling you I think that the bottom is in. I'm actually not convinced that the bottom is in. I've been very vocal about that. We've been all over this rally. If you've been following this live stream for the last couple of weeks, we actually had said, I believe it was back here on these 2 days right here, we said that we were turning bullish, okay, and we were looking for a nice little push into deeper resistance levels, and that's exactly what we got. And inside of True Trading Group, we were able to, over the last couple of weeks, we were able to capitalize on this long move. While a lot of people were looking for shorts, we were, kind of a contrarian viewpoint, and we were looking long, and we capitalized on a lot of great trades. I mean, we had Palantir was in just an unbelievable trade to the upside. I mean, there was Nvidia, and there was Coinbase, and there was gold, and there was, Amazon, and we just had so many different stocks. We had so many different stocks that we were able to profit from and capitalize on during this little move to the upside. And I feel like this move is getting a little extended. And what I will tell you is this: when everybody asks me, Mike, do you think the bottom is in? I will tell you that I honestly don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I can make a technical prediction without knowing any of the fundamental variables that are at play. I don't know when the tariffs are going to, I don't know what the tariffs are going to look like. I don't know if the 90-day pause is going to expire, if it's going to get extended, if we're going to have a trade deal with the EU, with China, with Canada, with Mexico, with Japan. I have no idea if and when those deals may or may not happen and what the terms will be. I have no clue. What I will tell you is that I believe that it is a race against the clock. I think that the uncertainty of the tariffs, uncertainty of itself, will slow the economy down enough to a point where you could potentially have a recession. If you do have a recession, I will tell you, though, the good news is I think that it will be a mild recession. I do not see any of these like doomsday scenarios where a lot of people, like to scare the crap out of people, and tell them that the end of the world is near. It's not. It's a very different situation when you have a recession that's caused by internal factors rather than external factors. And the uncertainty that we have in the markets could be taken away at any moment's notice with the right news release, the right deal. Not to say it's going to happen in the next couple of days, because it's not. Not to say it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, because that's also not. When I'm really talking about China, that's going to take time. And the faster that something like that could get resolved, the more likely that the economy has a chance to avoid a recession. But the longer that it goes on, the more likely that recession becomes. So I can't sit here and really make a call whether I think that the chances of a recession or not are 50-50. That's what I think. I honestly do think it's 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't, and I wouldn't be surprised if we did. That's why I can't tell you that I think that April 7th is the low. Because if we do have a recession, then that's not the low. I just don't know if we're going to have a recession or not. Every day that goes by, the probability probably increases slightly as time goes on. But we've had a nice rally back in the market. I'm not ready I'm not sitting here saying, hey, I think it's a great idea to just load into the markets at this time. The time to buy into the markets was April 7th. And I came on this live stream. Okay. Anyone that's been following me for the last month, I came on this live stream on April 6th. You don't believe me? Go back and watch the live stream. It's right on this YouTube channel. On April 6th, this is right after that Thursday and Friday sell-off, after the Wednesday announcement after hours of tariffs. And the markets fell like 10% in 2 days. On that Sunday evening, when I did this live stream, like I'm doing right here with you, okay, exactly a month ago, we were down another 5% in the futures market. And I told everybody on that live stream that day that tomorrow morning, meaning the 7th, Monday morning, April 7th, if the SPY is in the 480s, I'm buying everything. It's exactly what I did. A lot of people on that YouTube channel and on that live stream, you go back and watch it. A lot of people were trying to tell me that I'm dumb, trying to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, trying to tell me that I'm wrong, trying to tell me that I'm an idiot. And guys, I've been doing this for 19 years. I know what I'm doing. So I like when people that I've been doing it for 2 years try to tell someone that's been doing it for a very long time that they don't know what they're doing. Doesn't mean I'm right all the time, because I'm not going to be right all the time. I'm wrong sometimes. But it's not about being right or wrong when I bought on April 7th. I didn't buy on April 7th because I thought that was the low. I bought on April 7th because I have a very specific set of rules when it comes to long-term investing. And I told you guys earlier that True Trading Group is not just day trading. It's not just swing trading. It's also long-term investing. We cover all of it. And my set of rules is no matter what the reason is, whenever the S&P falls into a bear market, meaning it declines by more than 20% from its high, I don't care what the reason is. I'm always buying that sell-off. Always. 10 times out of 10, I am buying when we go into a bear market. And the reason why I buy when we go into a bear market is because it is never as bad as it seems, and is also never as good as it seems. And statistically, throughout the last 125 years, you go back over time, the odds of the market giving you a 5% pullback in a year is multiple times per year. The odds of the markets giving you a 10% pullback is once every 1 to 1.5 years. The odds of the markets giving you a 20% bear market is once every 4 to 6 years. And the odds of you getting a recession is once in every 7 to 8 years. So the probabilities will tell you that the least common outcome of any market turmoil or uncertainty is a recession. And the second least likely is a bear market. And the least likely after that is a correction. And the most common is a little 5% or so pullback. So what I've done in my entire career over the last 2 decades, I'm going to continue to do it for 2 decades more, is whenever that bear market occurs, I always am a buyer. You don't want to go into long-term investing trying to get the best price or the lowest price. You're not going to ever get the lowest price. You're not trying to get the lowest price. Okay. You want to just make sure you're getting a good price, not the lowest price. And I didn't know that April 7th that the markets were going to be, this much higher than they were, 80 points higher than where they were on April 7th, a month later. I didn't know that. It's not that I bought that day because it was like, that's it. This is going to mark the bottom and the market's going to rip from here. I didn't know that. It's just I follow a very specific set of rules, and I make decisions that are not based on emotion. I make decisions that are based on proven strategies over 2 decades of doing this. That's what trading is all about. It's not about emotional decisions and what's going to happen and trying to predict the future. It's a fool's game to try to predict the future because you can't do it. And don't spend your whole life looking for someone that can predict the future, because nobody can. Our job as traders is to identify high probability scenarios in the market and then put ourselves on the right side of that probability over and over and over again with good, sound, solid risk management. That is our job. And it is exactly what I will teach you how to do as a member of True Trading Group, is identify high probability setups and scenarios in the market for your day trading setups, for your swing trading setups, and to provide a set of rules and guidance and a strategy when it comes to my long-term portfolio strategies and the stocks that I'm buying and when I am buying them. And that is exactly what I do inside of True Trading Group. We are up on some of these stocks, 30, 50, 75, 80% on some of the stocks that we bought on April 7th. If anybody wants to take some profit off on some of those positions, I do not have any issues or qualms with that whatsoever after the bounce that we just experienced. I do think the markets are getting ready. I do think the markets are getting ready for a pullback. I'm getting ready looking for some shorts. Okay. Man, stop showing stuff like that. Just show us trades. Trader Dog. How about this? First of all, I come on these live streams every single day and I tell you exactly what my trades are. I don't tell you what my trades were. I tell you what my trades are going to be tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm not a Monday morning quarterback. I tell you what I think is going to happen, and I tell you what I'm going to do. That's number one. But instead of me doing that, and I will do that when I am ready, how about instead of showing you trades, How about instead of me showing you trades, how about I show you the members that actually make money from those trades? How does that sound? I think that maybe sounds like a good idea. So, Trader Dog, I want you to pay attention. Very, very, very important. I want you to pay attention to the response and the question I'm going to ask and the response that you're about to get from members of True Trading Group. Members of TTG that are on this live stream right now, I'd like to know if you are making money and you are becoming better traders because of TTG and the showing of trades. Type the number 1 in chat right now. Type the number 1 in chat right now if True Trading Group is helping you to make money. Very simple. It's a very straightforward question. Are you a member of True Trading Group and you are making money? Go ahead, type the number 1. Just go ahead and type the number 1. Now, Trader Dog, I think that was the username. I want you to pay attention to every single person you see right here that's typing number 1 inside a chat. Every single person that you are seeing type the number 1 inside a chat right now is a member of TTG that is absolutely no different from you, that is your peer, that is a friend, a family member, a coworker, a complete stranger, that is telling you that they actually are making money from being part of TTG, which obviously includes all the trade alerts that you guys get. If these people can make money, there is absolutely no reason why anyone else that's on this live stream that's not a member, there's no reason why any of you cannot do that. These people are not luckier than you, and they sure as hell don't have more time than you. 82% of our members have a full-time job. If they can do this, then so can you. Straight up, plain and simple. You don't need to have some fancy Ivy League education or Wall Street experience to do this. You don't have to be really super good at math. You don't have to be able to predict the future. You don't need some special super top secret indicator that nobody knows about besides one special super top secret person. All you need is a real professional level of education, access to the right tools and resources to give you an edge over other retail traders, and to be part of a community of like-minded traders that share the same values and share the same goals that are going to help you guys throughout the good times, the bad times, the ups, the downs, to help you move forward towards reaching your goals. And that is exactly why you just saw all those people tell you that they're making money. It's not luck. They literally were you. They literally were once you, just a viewer on a live stream. They came, they joined a live stream. They learned more from me in an hour on a live stream than they learned in the last 2 years trying to do this stuff on their own. They joined True Trading Group, and now they're sitting here telling you that they're actually making money. And it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to tell you that, just join True Trading Group will make you a millionaire in 30 days. I'm not going to tell you that because that's not true. Some members struggled at first. They took their time. They got educated. They found value in the tools and the resources that our platform provides. True Trading Group is a platform. We are a fintech platform. We are not a chat room with trade alerts. Although we do have a chat room with trade alerts, and they are damn good trade alerts. The moderators and I collectively as a group over the last 5 or 6 years have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80%. We factor in and we track all of our entries, all of our take profits, our stop outs, every green, every red, every break-even trade, every single execution made is tracked and tallied inside of our trader history tab on True Trading Group for all to see as the trading records are uploaded from brokerage accounts onto our website each and every single day. Full and utter transparency. The good, the bad, the ugly, the great and the worst. You guys get all of it. So yes, the trade alerts are fantastic. But True Trading Group is so much more than that. It's so much more than 8 professional traders and moderators that are sharing their screens live with you each and every single day, trading with you live, answering questions. It's so much more than that. It's tools and resources. Okay, it's tools and resources that you do not have access to as a traditional retail trader, but professional traders do. It's tools and resources that can help you make better decisions with more success faster to help you guys make money. And being part of a community of over 10,000 traders from all over the world and doing so. That's what True Trading Group is about. It's about pushing the boundaries and incorporating AI into our retail trading. How can we use the newest and greatest technology to improve our trading results and improve our P&L? That's why we have partnerships with OpenAI. That's why we have a data partnership agreement with the NASDAQ. That's why we received the Benzinga Fintech Award, okay, for best AI analysis tool. It's why we have a partnership, an API partnership with Unusual Whales. It is why when you join True Trading Group, you get access to the Benzinga Pro newsfeed. You get access to TradingView's charting software, the Trade Ideas Scanner, Unusual Options Activity, Options Flow, Dark Pool data, short data, congressional trading data. All of it is included when you guys join True Trading Group. I'm curious how many people are on here right now that are not members of TTG. Can you guys do me a favor real quick and just type the letters TTG if you're not a member? You just saw how many people were members and how many people are making money, and that's all amazing and that's all great. But I'd like to see how many people are not members. If you guys are on this live stream, do me a favor and just type the letters TTG, please. Just type the letters TTG if you guys are not members of the community. We got Maui. Alan, what's up? Bob is a 90-day member. Nice, Bob. Hope you're enjoying your 90 days with us. So like I said, guys, go ahead and type TTG, those of you that are not members of True Trading Group. Again, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, just go ahead right now, guys, type the letters TTG. So we got Maui, Allen, the uneducated man. Well, we're going to change that, the uneducated man. We are going to change that. Gabrielle, we're going to change that username. We're going to make you educated. All right, Big B, Summer Sunrise. Nice, okay. Guys, again, make sure you are watching this video live, okay? Paul Yang, make sure you guys are watching this video live. Okay, make sure you're watching this video live. You should see a red dot next to the word live on the bottom left of your screen. Easy Graham, how are you? Excellent. All right, well, guys, listen, those of you, Trace, nice. Oh, Trace, you're welcome back. I think you on the live streams last week. You on the live streams last week. Well, listen, here's what I want to do. And here's what I'm going to offer you guys that are not members of True Trading Group. I'll offer you guys something really special here tonight because we've recently officially launched out to kind of the public, and something that we've really never done before. We've just done it for the first time, is begin to actually include the our AI tool. First time seeing your channel. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Summer Sunrise. Well, welcome. Subscribe to the channel. I do these live 6 days a week. Okay. So what I will tell you guys is that we've recently taken our award-winning AI tool. And again, it is an award-winning AI analysis tool. It's an AI trading assistant that can help you guys with analysis, build trade plans, give you guys guidance and help with analysis. Oh, and there it is. There's actually us receiving the best AI analysis tool award. So we've actually taken this for the first time, and we are including access to the AI tool with your membership to True Trading Group. Okay. Now, normally when you guys join True Trading Group, it's a year-long membership, and the AI tool is an additional cost on top of a year-long annual membership. That is the business model that we have at True Trading Group, and that's what we've done for a very long time. Now, what we are actually doing is so that people have access to it and people can see how great this product actually is. And I've tried them all. I've tried Perplexity. I've tried Grok. I've tried ChatGPT. I've tried the trade algos of the world. I've tried all of these other AI trading bots that are out there. I've tried like 10 of them. I'm telling you right now, I'm not speaking as an owner of True Trading Group. I'm speaking to you from one trader to another. It is by far the most capable, the best, the most accurate, and the most helpful to improve your results out of any of the trading AI assistants that I have ever used. And we've tried all of them as we've been developing our AI tool over the last 2 years. Okay. 2 years, thousands of hours, 7 figures of investment into building out what is now an award-winning AI tool. Those of you that are not members will have an opportunity right now to go to ttgoffer.com, and you guys can actually gain access to this platform and to the AI for 90 days. When you guys join our membership right now, instead of locking you in for an entire year and a more expensive upfront cost, we're going to give you guys an opportunity for 90 days to get complete unrestricted access to the annual membership that is True Trading Group. Only you'll have access to it for 90 days. And included with that is access to the AI. Okay. Go to ttgoffer.com. The normal cost for this is $1,497. You guys can get it for 90 days for just $497. Okay. So instead of you guys paying $1,497 for the entire year, you can pay $497 and get access to it for 90 days. There is no upsell, there is no automatic renewal. There is no automatic upgrade after your 90-day membership expires. Your 90-day membership is just that. It's a 90-day membership. You decide that you want to be a member for a full year after your 90 days, you have to manually process that transaction. And we'll work with you. We'll give you guys a big discount if you want to stay for the year. We'll actually credit you what you've already paid. Okay. So we'll really work with you guys, decide that you want to become a member for the full year. But the point is, if you forget to cancel, it doesn't matter. You're not automatically renewed, or you're not, upgraded to an annual membership. It just expires and you lose access to the platform after 90 days. So you guys can actually now start to see and start to use for 90 days the same exact tool that our members are using that's helping them make money. And if you sign up for the trial and you then try to upgrade, the cost will also be $1,497, no exceptions, because we do have a 7-day trial at True Trading Group. That is not the way to go. First of all, the trial does not include the AI, but that 7-day trial will also not give you the ability to buy the 90-day membership for $497. If you do the 7-day trial, your only option you have is to not become a member or become a member for $1,497. Armando, welcome. We got to welcome Armando. Armando Solano, welcome to TTG. Everybody welcome Armando. Armando just joined, newest member to the group. Everybody welcome Armando. Guys, what do you think? Members, just in 1 to 3 words, type something in chat that are using the AI tool. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about it? Members of True Trading Group, what do you guys think about the AI tool? Just drop, 1, 2, 3 words. Armando literally just said F it and joined for the entire year. Armando said, forget the 90 days. Armando joined for the entire year. So Armando, welcome to the family, my man. So guys, if you're not a member, pay attention to some of the comments. Again, members, if you guys can give me 1, 2, 3 words on just a couple of words on what you guys think about the AI tool. And, if it's helping you guys in your trading, if you guys can just comment on it. Here you go. I love it. Best investment ever. It's vicious. Great. I love it. Yes, it's insane. Amaze balls, says Tipped, right? Amazing source of information. The AI is outstanding. After I took a loss, Mari helped me create a complete comeback plan. Amazing. Awesome. It's a game changer. It's better than you could imagine, says Estash. I appreciate that. Awesome tacular, says Willard. Unreal advantage, says Bayside Warrior. Deathblow says it's the coolest thing ever. So absolutely incredible, guys. It's like having Michael Edward next to you, as one trader says. Nice. Amazing. I tripled my small account, says Ray R. Ray R tripled their small account. Fibonacci says Mari changed the trajectory of my trading career. Mari is our AI tool. Outstanding. The deep research is unbeatable. AI is a game-changing tool. Adam is unreal. Adam's my business partner, co-founder of True Trading Group, and is taking lead on the development of the AI tool. It is his baby. Mari and I are best friends. So you guys are seeing it right there. These are members of True Trading Group that are telling you and talking to you. Listen, bottom line, there is a reason, okay, that out of all the AI assistants and tools that are out there and the AI analysis tools, there's a reason why ours received the Benzinga FinTech Award. Okay. It's great and it will only continue to get better. TG is the best place to be. I'm glad that I'm here for life. That's a lifetime member there for Baked Fresh. Okay. So there you guys have it. All right. Go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. You get access to the AI. You get our 22 course curriculum, which is a simplified version of the training I received working at the fund in New York. Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed, TradingView's premium charting software, the Trade Idea scanner streams on our platform for you guys to use, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, congressional trading data, 1,000 hours of workshops inside of our video library. All of this is included for 90 days, $497. Okay. And if you guys, after your 90 days, I'm being dead serious. I am so confident that you are going to be blown away during those 90 days, that if after your 90 days you are unsatisfied, we will give you an additional 30 days of access totally for free. Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? If you are unhappy, if you feel like after 90 days this wasn't worth it, I will give you an additional 30 days access for free. And then if you decide to become an annual member, we stand behind our platform and we believe in the product that we have created. So much so that if you join TTG's annual membership, you will unlock our double your money back guarantee. That means if you join True Trading Group, whatever the cost that you've paid for your membership, if you can't make that back at least once during your membership, we will not just give you back what you've paid. We'll give you back double what you've paid. All I ask is you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group. You do those three things and you still can't make enough winning trades with us to equal your membership fee at least once, we'll give you back double your money. We have a retention rate well into the 70s. We have a refund rate that is less than 2.5%. That is why I have no problem offering anybody that joins an annual membership a double your money back guarantee. And the 90-day membership, if you're not happy after the 90 days, I'll give you 30 days of additional access to the AI tool and 30 days additional access to the platform. That's how confident that we are in your ability to start to reach your goals and see progress and realize that, wow, TTG is the place that I want to be. Find out what 10,000 members from 114 countries have already found out. That is ttgoffer.com. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, you need help on the checkout page, whatever it is, I want you to send a text message to the phone number you see at the bottom of the page, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that phone number is 1-888-621-2127. Larry says, telling everyone TG Mari is the real deal. I came in through a trial. I saw the value, and I'm now an all-access member. Come on board. You guys will not regret it. Larry, hope you're well, brother. Thank you for those kind words. Connie says, it's incredible. Okay, it actually helped me not placing a trade and waiting, and instead it paid off big. Mari is awesome, says Connie. John Barth has nothing but good things to say about it. I mean, you guys are hearing directly from members of TTG and their experiences using these things. Again, there's a reason why OpenAI has partnered with us. There's a reason why Unusual Whales has partnered with us. There's a reason why the NASDAQ has partnered with us. There's a reason why Benzinga has partnered with us. They recognize what it is that we are doing. Come find out what it's all about, guys. ttgoffer.com. $497 for 90 days. Complete access to the annual membership for 90 days and access to the AI tool for 90 days. ttgoffer.com. All right. With that being said, let's take things on over to the charts. Let's talk about what we expect from the markets here this week. We are still red on the futures. We're just kind of trading sideways a little bit down, just under 0.4%. Okay. And let me show you the resistance levels that I'm looking at. You have two resistance levels. One of them we tested on Friday, and the other one is still yet to be tested. And the one that is yet to be tested is the biggest one of them all. And this is the one that I was hopeful that we can get to, because if we get up to this resistance level, I think it's an absolute no-brainer for the short side. I just don't know if we're going to get there this week. So I'm trying to be neutral coming into the week because we have some catalysts this week. Obviously, we have a ton of earnings. This week, you have Palantir, AMD, ARM, Uber, AppLovin, DoorDash, Fortinet, Shopify, Coinbase. So you have a ton of earnings this week that the market's going to be focused in on. Obviously, we'll be focused in and trading those stocks as well the day after they do report those earnings. I don't trade into the earnings report. I find that to be a little bit more of a crapshoot and kind of a coin flip. I wait for the earnings to come out, see what the guidance is, see how the stock reacts, and then we trade it the following day. I think there's a lot more hype. There's much higher probability of success trading the following day. You can get some 75% probability trading the day after earnings rather than buying a position right before earnings and holding it into earnings, you're probably around closer to a 50% probability of catching direction correct when you do that. So again, remember, trading is all about probability. I will teach you what a high probability setup looks like so you can start to identify this is a 70-75% probability opportunity. Let's go after it. Okay. So we will be looking at all those stocks. They'll all be on our watch list this week as they report earnings. Okay. But let's take you guys over to the charts now of the SPY. I will look for this to be resistance. Again, I don't know if we're going to get there this week, but this is that previous bottom in January, and then you broke underneath it. In March, you rallied back up into that level, and then you found resistance. Okay. And now, not only was that some structural resistance back there in March, but now you have the 200 and the 100-day moving averages sitting there as well. So see this yellow line, this purple line, that's the 200 and 100-day moving average, and they're both lining up right there in that 575 zone to create that level of resistance. So anything into the low 570s, I think, is a short. Again, I'm not sure if we're going to get there. Right now, we are trading lower on the futures session. But if we got something like on Monday or Tuesday that looks like this, I think that looking for shorts off of that is a great idea. And I think that you probably will get a pullback on something that looks like this. And I'm going to flip things. Like I said, we've been long for the last 2 weeks. And as you get into this area, we are going to start to flip. And we're going to be looking for shorts now again as we look for a pullback off of this level. Okay. So we look for a pullback off of that level. Armando, yes. Armando, yes. The answer is yes to your question, brother. All right. Okay. You just got to give us Armando, you just have to give us a bit to enable it. So Armando, you just got to give us a couple of minutes and we have to actually manually enable your AI. So you give us like maybe 10 minutes or so, and then you log out and log back into your platform, and you'll have access to the AI. Okay. Yep. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay. All right. So that's the resistance level that I'm talking about. Now, prior to that, let's say that we don't quite get there. Let's say we just gap down tomorrow and we just create this little bit, and we just gap down tomorrow and we open up down here, and you kind of create this little abandoned candle up here where you had this gap up on Friday and then a gap down on Monday, and this candle gets caught out there, kind of up there by itself with no friends to party and hang out with. And then I think you have to look for a short back into the mid to high 550s and look for something that looks like this. Okay. So if we do gap this down and we can't go green tomorrow, I think you have to look for more downside and get in to test this support level. Okay. This support level. All right. You can see here that we used to have prior support, right? We have prior support back here, and then that became resistance. Now you have the 50-day moving average. That's the dark blue line, and the 9 EMA, which is the light blue line, and they're all converging on that price level. That's 555. So that becomes your next support level. So we would look for, if you gap it down tomorrow, and this is what I'm telling you, this is why it pays not to try to predict. It pays to, be, especially in this environment, when any news headline, a Truth Social post, a comment from China, something that Trump says can move this market in a huge way. You want to be nimble right now. You don't want to be stubborn and stuck in your positions and in your direction. You want to be nimble and have plans either way. So if we just gapped it down tomorrow, and if we failed to go green and we just started to find resistance up at 565 or so, then I would say, okay, let's speed up that short. Let's go short now. Let's not wait for 573. Let's go short now. And we look for a pullback into the 550s. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be looking for coming into this week. You have a Fed meeting on Wednesday, and I don't think that you're going to get something from the Fed that's going to really make the markets be happy. I think you're going to get commentary from the Fed that makes the markets feel like the Fed is not yet ready to cut rates. The markets are wanting a rate cut in June. But after the labor report that we got on Friday, that was, a lot stronger than what was anticipated, the probabilities of a rate cut in June dropped under 50%. Okay. The odds of that rate cut have now gone all the way down to 40%. So I think that you're going to get something that's going to be maybe a disappointing commentary from the Fed that makes the markets feel like maybe they're not ready to cut in June. And then I think you can maybe get a pullback from there. So this is the price action I'm looking at. Essentially, long story short, I am looking for some of those shorts. Okay. But I just don't know. I'm not quite sure which resistance level I want to take the short at first. So I have longs and shorts on the list. We'll talk about the longs first. And they are going to be related to whether or not we get any news about trade and any news about some chip restrictions. There was a report that NVIDIA was working on a new design chip that would allow them to sell through into China. And if there is talks about easing up on the restrictions of some of the AI chips in order to advance trade talks with China, then you can see a catalyst there for AMD and NVIDIA. ARM has earnings this week. AMD has earnings this week. So that's something that we want to pay attention to. So this is going to be, would have to be connected to if there's a particular type of news out on it. You have a big resistance level at 100 for AMD, and I'll just show it to you guys. AMD, you can see this used to be support. Then you had the gap down, and then the gap entry becomes resistance. And then you double top that at Thursday and Friday. And this dark blue line is the 50-day moving average that also sits there. So if there is a catalyst, okay, now I'm thinking that AMD is going to do this. But if there's a catalyst, I think a lot of people are shorting NVIDIA, AMD up into this level. If there is some type of news that has anything to do with the semiconductors this week, and you break above 100, I do think you can get a candle on AMD that looks like that. And I think that's going to be an easy trade. So if you break above 100 with a catalyst, I think that's an easy long on AMD, and you can probably take that up towards like 104. Okay, I think that would be a relatively easy trade if you were to get it. Because again, it's a combination there. If you get a catalyst and you get through 100, I think you have more upside on AMD. Same thing goes for NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a very obvious and big resistance level here around 115. You guys can see resistance there Thursday, Friday, resistance there earlier in April. Prior to that, you had a nice little support level here, right? So if you get a catalyst that's anything to do with semiconductors, we would look for an extension move on NVIDIA. And I think NVIDIA can take you back to like 118, 119, maybe even 120, but at least 118, 119. I think you get a candle that looks something like this. Again, if there's going to be a catalyst. And then maybe if it's a good enough of a catalyst, you can probably even see 122 within 2 or 3 days of that catalyst coming out. So I really want to pay attention there. I'm going to keep my ears open. We're going to use our news feed. We're going to use our AI to get up-to-date news also with all of that. And if we can break those levels, 115 on NVIDIA, 100 on AMD, I do think those could be easy longs. But you're going to need those catalysts. You will need those catalysts. I bought when the market was down. My entire portfolio was green when Friday's closed, thanks to Mari's deep research. That's incredible, Ron. Ron, that's absolutely incredible. So there you guys have it. There's Ron. Again, another one with using Mari and our AI. Absolutely incredible. All right. All right, so let's keep going. Also, Coinbase, depending on what happens with Bitcoin, Coinbase also has earnings this week. So does AMD. But you have an inverse head and shoulders pattern here on Coinbase. And if Bitcoin were to recover, you gap down over the weekend here. But if Bitcoin recovers and if the markets actually do move higher, you could be looking at a 210 break on Coinbase and that thing could fly. So you can get a candle, again, 210, and you can get a candle that looks like this on Coinbase. Okay. So it's a break of 210. All right. You would then look for support around like 208. And I'll show you guys, for those that can't see it, this is an inverse head and shoulders. There's your left shoulder, right? There's your right shoulder. Here's the head, and here's your neckline, okay? The 9 EMA is just crossed over and above the 50-day. And if Coinbase breaks 210 and if Bitcoin recovers, you could be looking at a beautiful breakout of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and you can get a really nice move there on Coinbase up and through that level. Okay, so these are some really good technical patterns with very clearly defined levels that we want to make sure that we are paying attention to coming into this week. Then the short side of things. Tesla. Tesla has a very clear resistance level here in the low 290s. Let me delete this. And I just think you're going to get Tesla to do this. I think Tesla's going to do something that looks like that. Okay. So we've got resistance. We got resistance. And I'm looking for like low 290s resistance on Tesla. I'm looking for Tesla to pull back into the 270s. So we're going to look for Tesla to pull back underneath 280. All right, so another trade idea for us. I became a 90-day member of TTG 2 weeks ago. How can I get access to AI? So season Garnet, you just have to pay the difference. Okay, you just gotta pay the difference for the year. So season, if you want to send us a text message, we can help you. 1-888-621-2127. Because you signed up for 50% less than people are signing up for today. Season guarding. So you signed up for 50% less. Okay, so, but we can help you. If you want it, we can help you. We can tell you how much it is and how you can gain access to it. So season guarding, just send a text right now, 1-888-621-2127, and we will help you out. We'll give you the pricing and we'll get you all hooked up if that's something that you want to do. Okay, so just text that number you see on the bottom of the screen. All right. So that's Tesla for the short. And then I also like Upstart. I also like Upstart for a short here. You know, we kind of bumped up into this 200-day moving average, and I just feel like you're going to get a candle on Upstart that's going to look something like this. Okay, so we're looking for Upstart back to 48. The way that I would like to play Upstart. All right, if you break 50, we take it. You can see here, support, and there's resistance, okay? So you break that. We look for further downside down there towards 48. Okay? So that is Upstart. All right, guys? So that's it. Those are some of my top trade ideas for the week there. AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, Upstart, Coinbase. All right, we're going to be looking at all of them. Now, I will also I'll also kind of on the back burner. I'll put MicroStrategy on the back burner. I think if Bitcoin doesn't recover, so like I'm saying, I'm neutral, right? If Bitcoin recovers, we like Coinbase long through 210. If Bitcoin does not recover, you are at a nasty resistance over here on MicroStrategy. And if there is no recovery, right? If there's no recovery, then we look for something like that. Just a nice little pullback there. Right? Right there. That's what I'm kind of looking for there on MicroStrategy, just as a potential little way for us to, you know, have an option either way that we're looking at, depending on what happens. All right. So there you guys have all of that. So how do I access the AI? So again, handy stuff, man, guys. If you guys need help with the AI, or if you guys are trying to figure out how you access the AI, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. Again, 1-8. Yep, Eric, what's up, brother? Yeah, just send a text message to that number, guys. If you guys need help accessing the AI, just text that number, 1-888-621-2127. That's 1-888-621-2127. All right, that's 1-888-621-2127. Phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. All right, folks. So that takes us over to the second code word. I also want to make sure you guys, the second code word for tonight's giveaway. So write this one down. Second code word for tonight's giveaway All right. Second code word for tonight's giveaway is bear. Bear. Second code word for tonight's giveaway is bear. B-E-A-R. That guy. Okay. That guy. This guy. Bear. B-E-A-R. All right. So first code word was bull. Second code word is bear. All right. So write those two code words down. You're going to need both if your name is called during the giveaway. Right? If your name is called during the giveaway, you guys need to know both code words. You can give us those two code words. How much is your annual subscription? So MYM, usually the annual membership that includes the AI tool will give you $1,497. However, you guys can join the 90-day membership right now for just $497. So you're not locking yourself into this long 1-year membership. So you guys can try it out for 90 days. Okay, that's ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. Okay, everything on that page is included. All right. Now, I do want to actually show you guys something. Speaking of the AI, right? I just saw somebody in the chat was commenting before, and they had asked, how are quantum stocks so high up when the markets are tanking? I honestly don't know why, first of all, you're saying that, because the markets are nowhere near tanking. So just the comment in general doesn't make much sense. So, the markets are not tanking at all. The markets actually were just up 9 consecutive green days in a row, which is the first time that has happened since 2004. So the markets are not tanking. The markets did tank in the beginning of April, and they have rallied back tremendously over the last couple of weeks. With that said, I am expecting a pullback now, but the markets are not tanking. I want to pull up for you guys. Somebody had asked that question, and I want to go over with you guys and show you the quick response that we got from our deep research function. So our AI, we do have a deep research function, and I want to go through here and I want to show you guys. All right. I want to show you guys the report that our AI actually just put out for us. How are quantum stocks so high up when the markets are tanking? That is what the person just had asked us. So we put it into the deep research AI, and it comes out and gives us this full report. And I'm going to go over with you guys and I'm going to read some of this for you, just to give you an idea of just, the type of analysis, the type of answers that you get. And this is a general question, right? If you want trade analysis and support and resistance levels, and you want the AI to suggest for you an option trade and read level 3 data, read the level 2, make a distinction on whether or not you think the market's about to move higher or lower, we can also do all of that. But this question was just a question somebody asked in the chat. And let's go through it. Quantum stocks have dramatically outperformed the broader market since early 25, despite macro headwinds due to a convergence of speculative mania, retail momentum, and hype around disruptive technology. The surge is primarily driven by story stock dynamics, news headlines, partnerships, government contracts, rather than current fundamentals or commercial traction. Valuations for major pure play quantum names like QUBT, QBTS, RGTI, IONQ, all the ones you guys know, are completely detached from revenues, with forward price of sales often exceeding 100 to 200 times, mirroring patterns that have been seen in previous tech bubbles. Technical sentiment factors, short squeezes, retail FOMO, and the perception that quantum is insulated from the macroeconomy have fueled volatility and vertical price action. Most analytics and critical voices warn of sustainable valuations with significant downside risk. Let's see here. Sector performance versus the broader market. We have a nice little divergence is explained by earnings or sector resilience, but by a sudden intense speculative rotation into quantum as the next big thing. So the divergence, the strength is not explained because the earnings are great or the sector's resilient. It's the next big thing after the AI semiconductor boom kind of fizzled out. Speculative rotation as AI and semiconductor stocks become crowded and experience profit taking. Speculative capital, both retail and institutional, sought the next disruptive narrative, which was quantum computing. Retail traders, Reddit, FinTwit, and short-term funds are fueling parabolic price action, often with this little attention to current business fundamentals. News catalysts, hype cycles, news of breakthroughs, government contracts, and big tech validation. Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA partnerships drive huge volume spikes and upward surges. Even incremental technical milestones, often years from commercialization, are interpreted as major catalysts. Short squeeze and technical feedback. Quantum stocks have small floats and high short interest due to their stretched valuations. Rapid news-driven spikes lead to forced covering, further propelling prices upward. Intraday moves, 15-30% are actually common, attracting momentum traders and reinforcing the hot hand narrative. Macro insulation narrative. Because quantum computing's value is pegged at a 10 to 20-year future, many traders believe these stocks are immune to current economic cycles, inflation, or earnings slumps that drag down traditional tech and industrials. That's an interesting concept, right? QBT, QBTS, RCI, and RQ have annual revenues between 1 million and 40 million, but market caps in the 1 billion to 6 billion range. Forward price to sales ratios of 100 to 200 are not uncommon. Most commercial deals are pilot projects, R&D grants, or early stage partnerships. There's very little evidence of scaled, recurring enterprise adoption. Bubble red flags, classic bubble indicators, sky high multiples, negligible real world revenue, retail social media hype, the next NVIDIA narrative that people try to say, confusion between quantum and AI, comparison to past manias, .com bubble, 3D printing craze, the SPAC boom. Many analysts, even those that are bullish on the long-term tech, warn that the stocks are pricing in commercialization 10 to 20 years ahead of reality. Predictions of 50 to 70% drawdowns are common. Technicals and market sentiment, blow off top charts. All momentum quantum names display steep vertical rallies with multiple halts and high relative strength, even as NASDAQ corrects. Volatility is the norm. Connecting the dots, quantum as the new lottery ticket, tech bubble playbook, big rolls, big text rolls. You guys get the point, right? So here is your report here on that quantum. This is just the deep research function and deep research tool here. And I have just, one more. I'll pull another one up for you guys, just kind of give you an idea of what type of analysis you will be getting from this. Somebody else asked, what do you think about a short for Amazon this week? Amazon's trading in a volatile, uncertain macro environment. The S&P 500 is hovering near highs. Leadership has rotated, and mega cap tech is under scrutiny over tariffs, regulatory risk, and slowing consumer data. The recent Q1 earnings beat consensus on both EPS and revenue, with AWS showing strong growth. However, Q2 guidance was notably cautious, citing tariff costs and macro pressures. Analyst consensus is still overwhelmingly bullish of the 12-month horizon. Technical analysis, short-term structure. The recent sell-off produced a bearish head and shoulders, but price action now suggests a potential double bottom near 191. The 50-day SMA is below the 200-day death cross, with prices holding above April lows. The MACD is a bullish crossover, but momentum is not strong. The RSI is neutral, rising from just oversold levels. Key resistance, 191, 194. This is a pivot for the short setup. Failure here could trigger a move to 180. A clean break or a close above the 194 would likely then fuel the fast short covering squeeze to 197, 120. 180 is support, then 167 to 170. If 180 breaks, the next line of defense is all the way down around 167. Options positioning, gamma resistance and call walls around 191, 195, and 200. Below 180, risk increases for a fade to 175. Short interest has ticked up modestly, but it's not extreme. Options volatility is elevated, consistent with event risk and indecision. Earnings and guidance, insider activity, Bezos selling $5 billion worth of stock over the next year. Ongoing regulatory scrutiny and new tariffs remain headline risk. Chain of thought analysis for the short setup. Let's go through it. Is a short setup probable this week? The only high probability short trade is a failed breakout at between 191 and 194, which would target a quick fade to 180. If Amazon were to close above 194, then the risk sharply flips to a squeeze for buy programs and option dealers to then begin to flip long. Why is conviction low? There is no clear breakdown yet. The stock is range bound and has already priced in a lot of bearish news. Long-term institutional money is likely to buy dips, making sharp sustained sell-offs less likely without a new major negative catalyst. Most analysts also see current levels as a buying opportunity for 2025. What would increase the short conviction? A confirmed reversal, 191, 194 resistance with heavy volume and a broad tech sector weakness. A new negative macro headline, tariffs, Fed, recession fears, and a breakdown below that 180 with strong momentum with no immediate buyer support in sight. Risk for the short trade, a close above 194 will almost certainly trigger a sharp move higher. Any positive surprise with tariffs, macro environment, buyback news, etc. What would invalidate the short? A sustained move and close above 194. Out of the box considerations. With implied volatility high in options walls at key levels, Amazon is primed for whipsaws. Both shorts and longs could be trapped if they trade without clear confirmations. The AI narrative, despite AWS lagging, Azure, Amazon's AI investment are gaining traction and so they're selling. Synthesis and actual trade plan. So here's your actual trade plan. Tactical short only, which means it's a quick trade if it's tactical, right? Right? So entry 194 to 195. If the price stalls and fails to break out, target 180, 182. You can stretch that target to 175 if the macro weakens. Stops 195 to 197. Is this not insane? I'm doing these for you guys in real time. Is this level of detail? Patience is favored. Wait for confirmation. If the price holds above 194, stand aside. So this is one of the so here's the prompt. What do you think a short on Amazon this week? Nuts. So from that one sentence, what do you think about a short on Amazon for this week? That one sentence gives you all of this. Gives you all of that. Let's do another one. What do you think about a trade in Nike long for this week? These are questions you guys are asking inside chat. Nike staging a technical bottom bounce from multi-year lows with short-term indicators turning positive while long-term trends still remain bearish. Macro risks, particularly U.S.-China tariffs, are the dominant overhang, but the market is pricing in some degree of pessimism, and any positive trade headline could catalyze a sharp rally. The trade is best viewed as a short-term counter-trend opportunity. Define risk, tight stops, and quick profit taking is advised. Here's the price action and technicals. Just kind of breaks down for you guys what's going on, gives you all your moving averages, all your oscillators, your technical indicators, tells you what they mean, what they're pricing in. It's a bottom bounce pattern recognized on the chart. The MACD is improving, but still negative. Stochastics are 70 to 90%, which suggests recent upside, but it's not overheated. The RSI is neutral. Some fundamental snapshots. The macro sector backdrop talks about tariffs and the trade war, competitor pressure, brand momentum. Here's the chain of thought research and the out-of-box analysis. Technical bottom bounce is a trade, not a trend change. Okay, so it's a tactical trade long, but not a trend change. The convergence of price above short-term moving averages while remaining far below long-term averages frequently marks counter-trend bounces rather than long-term reversals. Your oscillators indicate enough relief in price to attract tactical traders, with a lack of overbought signals suggests room for a squeeze if headlines were to turn. Support and resistance, you have support 54.75, resistance 58.75, and then 63. Breach of 54 would invalidate the bounce thesis. Break of 59 gives you the move, or the resistance 58.75 resistance. Options flow and sentiment as an early warning. Bullish option setups are favored by market makers with 70 to 80% win rates. Implied volatility is moderate, not a meme stock. Macro risk is a double-edged sword. Tariff headlines talks about that. Insider buying, connected dots. These are what others might miss. Most retail commentaries focus on product launches, sneaker culture, and discounts, not on Nike stock as a trade. This is a classic case where the lack of retail crowding can be bullish for a tactical trade. Less risk of a crowded exit if the trade goes wrong. Actionable trade plan and scenarios. If bullish, how do you play it? Okay. Well, enter above 57.50, your stop loss 54.50, and you target that 63 to 65 with a partial profit at 60. If you're going to trade the that's if you want to buy the stock. Options, you can try a bull put spread. Sell the 55 put, buy the 52.5 put for defined risk or short-term bull call spread, 60-65 strikes, to take advantage of moderate IV and limit the Greek exposure. Exit if Nike were to close at 54. If you're bearish to stock, you would wait for a retest of the $59 to $60 resistance level, or if there's a negative macro catalyst. Consider bear call spreads above 65 if the bounce were to stall. Here's key catalysts, scenario, summary. Closing thoughts. This is a defined risk tactical trade, not a long-term investment or deep value play. Macro news is the wild card. Be nimble, manage risk, and don't overstay the trade. Edward and Duke, welcome, guys. Edward and Duke, welcome. Guys, Edward and Duke, welcome. Edward and Duke just welcomed, just joined True Trading Groups. Edward and Duke, welcome. Guys, again, you can go to ttgoffer.com. You guys can get access to our AI tool as well as our entire membership platform for 90 days for $497. That's it. Just go to ttgoffer.com. You have any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Again, that's 1-888-621-2127. Phone number's right down there at the bottom of your screen. All right, folks. So there you have it. That was nice. That was fun. We were able to kind of go through and show you guys. You guys were asking all these questions about these stocks, so we just plugged it into the deep research function on the AI and tell us what it thinks. And like I said, you can get far more technical. You can talk about support and resistance and chart patterns and everything else and technicals, and you can get more technical if you want to from a charting standpoint. It can show you charts. You can break down levels on the charts for you. You can do anything you really want. Again, there's a reason why this is an award-winning platform and award-winning tool. So ttgoffer.com, guys. Get access to it for 90 days. All right? Beautiful. With that said, that takes us to giveaway time, boys and girls. It is giveaway time. Now, in case you did not get it, I gave you the two code words on this live stream. They are bull and bear. Bull and bear. Okay, those are your code words. If you are an annual member, you're gonna win a full year of STR. If you're a lifetime member, you're gonna win a bonus skip the line one-on-one mentor session with any one of the mods of your choice. If your name is called, you will have 2 minutes to send a text message to the phone number we're about to put on the bottom of the screen. There it is. 786-292-1606. 786-292-1606. There it is. You text that number if your name is called, and you do so within 2 minutes, and the prize is yours. Good luck, everybody. Fellas, if we're ready, let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Let me get my stopwatch out and ready. Joshua Mikesell. Joshua Mikesell. The clock starts now. You have 2 minutes, Joshua, to send a text message to 786-292-1606 and give me the two code words. If you can do that, the prize is yours. All right. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. You have 1 minute and 25 seconds, Joshua. You have 1 minute and 10 seconds, Joshua. The whole world's counting on you, Josh. Just like the whole world's counting on Steph Curry tonight. You now have less than a minute. Futures continue to sell. We were down now 0.5 percentage point. So if this keeps up, guys, looks like we're going to try going after those shorts a little earlier. Right? Looks like we're not going to wait for that top end resistance. Looks like we're going to go after those shorts earlier. Tesla, UPST. You know, those semiconductors probably won't be able to break through. $20 seconds. You don't see your name on the wheel?
Brother, hang on, let me take this one. Try and spin it. Not you, Alan. Maybe if he spins it, tap your screen to spin it. No?
I don't get it.
Yeah, and if he doesn't see his name on it, maybe you should tap his screen to spin it.
Well, time is up for Joshua anyway. So Joshua, time ran out on you, brother. I'm sorry to tell you, but the clock has ran out. The clock has ran out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to spin that wheel again. We're going to spin that wheel again. Around and around we go. Who's it going to be? No one knows. Alan. No, I'm only kidding. Rick Nerger. You have 2 minutes. Rick, you have 1 minute and 50 seconds. 1 minute and 50 seconds. You have 1 minute and 45 seconds. The clock is ticking, Rick. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Rick, you got to send a text to the phone number you see on the bottom of the screen. 786-292-1606. One minute and 10 seconds. One minute. 1 minute, Rick. $45 seconds. You guys are doing terrible. You guys are terrible at this game. You think the Raiders have the best draft they've had in years? I actually really didn't see the Raiders draft. I thought the Giants had a great draft. Well, it'll be a great draft if Jackson Dart actually turns out to be a good quarterback. If he doesn't, there'll be question marks, obviously. But 5 seconds, not looking good for Rick. Sorry, Rick. Blew your chance. Sorry, buddy. That's it. All right, folks. Well, we try to give away free stuff. Sometimes we can't. It's not in the cards for everybody every week. We'll try it again next week. Make sure you guys set your reminders. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Smash the like button. Show some love. Get your butts in chat. Welcome to all of our new members. If you're not a member and you want to get access to the best damn AI trading assistant on the market, the recipient of the Benzinga Fintech Award for Best AI Analysis Tool, go to ttgoffer.com. Sign up for our 90-day membership where you get access to the AI and everything else that our annual membership includes for just $497. That's it. Okay, that is it. ttgoffer.com. ttgoffer.com. All right. Any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Have a great rest of your night, folks. Take care, everybody. Enjoy. I'll see you all tomorrow.